out around play practice. Oh, it was Peter, because Peter's in the play, and Peter comes over and he's like, "You're just stalking your ex, and it's weird."
And I was just like, "Ugh, Anya's winning this breakup, and Sav can't deal with it."
Exactly, that's the whole thing. Peter's like, "Don't try to get back together with her," and Sav's like, "I don't want to. It's just, why is she doing so well? I dumped her," which is such like a douchebag thing to say. So fuck you, Sav.
And then Peter,
I dumped her. She's not sad enough.
And then Peter's like, let's shoot the video to keep you busy so you don't focus on this, blah, blah. Which is like, okay, whatever. Let's cuddle Sav.
Yeah, fucking cuddle Sav for days. Whatever.
But then...
he's never going to learn this way. He's never going to grow as a person if you coddle him.
But then we're with Claire, and I guess she's, like, been inspired, and she's writing more fan fiction. And Allie kind of starts to give her a little bit of a wake-up call. She's like, Declan is someone else's boyfriend, Claire. Like... come on. I think she's like, you stole... it's like, she finds out that she stole his sweater. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing, you weirdo?
Yeah. She's like, it was one thing when you were, like, writing a thing that we enjoyed, and now you're being fucking crazy.
And she's like, Connor's having a party after school. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he is? I'm like, I guess it's Allie's having a party and making Connor do it.
Well, Connor's the one who evited everyone.
Oh, true. It's like a boy-girl party. Also, she says something about rock, paper, kisses, which cannot be a real thing.
I don't think
I've never
so.
heard of it.
I've never heard of that either. But also, like, I never, like, I wasn't cool enough in, like, 5th and 6th grade to go to, like, or even 7th grade to go to, like, boy-girl parties. But I also went, like, straight from that to going to real parties. So I never had the, like, 7 minutes in heaven and spin the bottle stuff.
Either. I swear, I mean, yeah, I guess I was probably not cool enough to get invited to those things either. Because any party that I did go to that was boy or girl, that did not happen.
No. And, like, by the time I, like, was going to, like, real parties, like, that was not a thing. That was not what was going down.
No. I've never played 7 Minutes in Heaven or Spin the Bottle or, like, any of those things.
Nope.
And I'm kind of glad I didn't. At least
Me
not
neither.
7 Minutes in Heaven, because that sounds like a nightmare.
It sounds so uncomfortable. You're just, like, stuck in a closet with a person.
A random boy.
Yeah, that also sounds, like, dangerous.
Yeah. But I do also remember reading Chicken Soup for the Preteen Soul and distinctly remember there was a story in there where a girl, like, had her first kiss while playing 7 Minutes in Heaven, and she chipped her tooth on his tooth, and she still has a chip in her tooth, and she's like, and I always remembered it as, like, my first kiss experience. And I remember, like, glamorizing that because of this Chicken Soup story.
Question about that story specifically. Why didn't she get her tooth fixed?
I think it was just, like, a teeny little ding.
Okay.
I don't think it was, like, a serious, like, I don't think a piece of her tooth came off.
I don't know. Because I chipped my tooth once and I immediately went to a dentist because I was like, I look like a hillbilly.
I feel like it wasn't that drastic.
I'm, like, missing a quarter of my tooth.
I don't think you would do that while kissing. I don't think you would get that bad while kissing.
I look like a fucked up Bugs Bunny. Like, I need help.
But yeah, no, I've never
I ran into a glass door.
That reminds me of the episode of the dinner party episode of The Office when Michael and Jan's back door is just broken.
Absolutely.
And they're like, oh, what happened? And she's like, Michael ran into the glass door.
Ran through the glass door.
Like, oh, well, how did that happen? He's like, he heard the ice cream man.
It's incredible.
That's the best episode of The Office.
God, it's so good.
Hands down, fight me on that. Anyway.
I mean, I will, because the Dundies.
I don't know. They're both up there.
The Dundies and also the Booze Cruise.
I don't know, but I love Dinner Party.
Dinner Party's great.
Dinner Party's so good.
Dinner Party's really good, but I think the Dundies is forever my favorite.
Babe. Anyway. But I also love conflict resolution.
Oh my God, they're so
Anyway, we're just talking about The Office now. This is not The Office podcast.
It could be.
But
if we try really hard.
So yeah, Connor's having a party, and I'm like, who's this glasses boy person?
And it's also like, so Claire is flirting with glasses boy, but it's like exactly the correct level of flirting for Claire. Like, it's just kind of like sweet and innocent and about nothing, but they're both like smiling. I'm like, they're like, oh, they're talking about like chips. like ruffly or flat or whatever. And I'm like, this is exactly like the amount of flirting that Claire needs. Like, she doesn't need like YA boy
Vampire.
Casey, and she also doesn't need YA vampire fucking fake Declan. Like, what she needs is like this glasses boy talking to her about ruffled trip. Sure. Talking to her about ruffled chips. Like, that's it. That's the amount of flirting that Claire needs. I feel like that's what she can handle. Purity Ring Claire can handle ruffled chips.
Yeah. And then Allie...
She's in over her head, guys.
Allie's like, we're playing 7 Minutes in Heaven. And Connor's like, what? I don't want to do that. And she's like, you can be the timer. And he looks really stoked to be the timer.
He looks so relieved. And I'm like, same, Connor. I would also be super relieved. Because also, they're not going into a closet. They're going into, like, a corner. I'm like, this is a very public 7 Minutes in Heaven. Like, you realize later that they're, like, behind stairs and, like, people can't see them. But it's, like, there isn't, like, a sound barrier or anything.
It's still weird.
It's still weird.
And then she, like, pulls Claire's name out. And then she pulls out Wesley's name. And I just wrote down, Wesley? Who is she? And,
who is she?
Who is she? I don't know. I don't know any of them. Anyway, so then they go like under the stairs, and then he's like, "Oh, what's your ring?" It says "Pure Heart's Weight," and it's an abstinence ring, and they talk about her abstinence ring. And
he's like, can you be doing this? And she's like, kissing's fine.
And then I was like, ugh, this is so awkward. And then she starts imagining Declan. And then she fucking bites Wesley.
Oh my God. She bites his neck. And I was like,
hilarious. Wesley did not sign up for this.
Yes, but
then it's like the next day, or is it
well,
later?
also, wait, but she runs away and he like looks so
happy.
Stoked.
And I'm like, or he's into it? I don't know.
I mean, given certain circumstances, like, it's not like she didn't like try to puncture his skin, like, but also it was like weird and involuntary, and I don't know what to do with it. Weird. I needed this wine for recording this specific episode because I'm so deeply uncomfortable.
It was weird. But then it's the next day, and Claire like brings in all the Fortnite books to Allie, and she's like, "These books are turning me into a pervert." And then Allie's like, "It's normal to think about sex. It's okay." And I was like, "Yes, Allie." And then Claire's like, "Maybe for you, but not for me." Blah, blah, blah. And then Allie's like, "Oh, so judgy Claire's back, huh?" And it's like, come on, Claire, stop being so fucking stupid.
She's just like, I don't know. She's like talking about, and Allie's like, sure, blame it on the book, whatever.
Yeah, she's like, that's the problem.
It's not that you're a teenage girl, like, whatever, fine. But it also, like, I just so want Claire to not be focusing on Declan and fake vampirism that I'm like, sure, be judgy. I don't give a shit. I would love this phase to be over so I don't have to think about it anymore. Oh, also, when they're at the dot, the first person she sees before she sees Allie is Wesley.
Dodges him.
And she dodges him, but she's like, he's like, hey, like, I want to see you. And she's like, sorry, I'm not interested. And he's like, tell that to my neck. Like, he shouts it. And I was like, wow, Wesley, chill the fuck out, man.
Everybody needs to chill out.
Everyone needs to be cool, man. And nobody's fucking cool.
Speaking of not fucking cool, the song got worse. We're shooting the music video and everyone's shouting the words while Jane is singing it. Everyone's like, house arrest, house arrest.
I hate it.
In the background, it's so bad.
I'm so upset.
And they're all wearing orange jumpsuits. And
can we talk about how,
why isn't Sav in the music video?
First of all. Second of all, like, they're like, this looks so cool. I'm like, you can see a kitchen in the background.
The same thing.
Face the door at least. Like,
or
you
face, like, the exposed brick somewhere.
This motherfucker has exposed, like, brick or cinder block or whatever, and you're standing in front of the goddamn kitchen. He has a loft. You could be outside. There are so many options that are not like you standing in front of your goddamn espresso machine.
Go into the alleyway behind the dot. You don't actually need to be playing music.
Go into above the dot, and the famous club.
The club that Peter fucking manages.
He did not just manage, founded. Owns. He owns this fucking club. Go there. You have so many options that aren't fucking Spinner's Kitchen.
But then Sav
I'm
is like,
furious about this choice.
Sav was like, oh, wait, now Spinner dress up like a cop because you need to chase them around. And he's like, oh, sweet, I always wanted to be a cop. And it was really sad.
It was so, like, it was played for laughs, and it hurt my heart.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was,
Spinner.
It's like, don't give up on your dreams, Spinner.
Oh, my God. He's like, it's fine. I work at the Dot now.
It's like, it's probably almost been a year. It's like almost due time for you to go back and retake that test. That cop guy was very encouraging. It'll never happen.
No, it won't. It's just going to make me sad.
But
also, now I have shared custody stuck in my head.
Well, it's better than house arrest.
I mean, listen, it is the best of all the Stooges songs, and I stand by the fact that the original version with the shitty masks is good.
I don't think it's good. I just think it was the best iteration of the shitty band.
It might be that, like, my brain has been warped by, like, all the follow-ups.
All the horrible follow-up songs.
Yeah.
I would believe that. I'm just glad they don't play that gross one anymore, where Peter's like talking about like girls taking off their clothes or whatever. I don't remember which one that was. Anyway, then it's the next day, I think. I don't know. We're at the school and Claire returns the sweater to Declan. And she's like, oh, I found this backstage. I'm like, well, at least I didn't find out you fucking stole it.
Seriously, I was very worried that was going to happen. But I was also like, sure, you found it backstage.
And then Declan is like, can I ask you something? And she's like, anything.
I love you.
And he's like,
you're so pretty.
And he's like, am I doing a good job? And he's like being all insecure about being a director, which is very endearing.
It's very endearing. I was like, oh, he's so sweet and
he
nervous.
Cares so much.
He cares.
And then she's like,
which,
you're doing great.
Pause. Hold on. Declan is in charge of this whole goddamn thing. It's supposed to be him and Jane together. We have not seen Jane interact with this play
Jane's
one time.
Off studying for finals and being in a viral video or whatever.
Like, Jane has not done a single goddamn thing for this fucking play, and she is supposed to be co-producing, and Declan has done literally everything.
Maybe
and
she's like, I'm removing myself from this because of the weird thing we had that nobody is talking about anymore, and I'm still wondering when that's going to blow up in her face.
I don't know. I'm waiting for it. I'm already nervous for Spinner.
Yeah. Speaking of Spinner, then we're back shooting the video, and he's just like chasing them around a table in his kitchen, and then they like stop, and Sav's like, what are you doing? We have so many more shots left. And they're like, we have finals to study for, we can't do this, we're leaving, bye. And then they just leave him at Spinner's apartment, which I thought was weird.
Well, Spinner has to go to work, but he also has to drop Jane off. Also, yeah, it still makes me uncomfortable that she banged Declan a bunch, and like not even
Holly J.
Holly J. Well, you know that they have like a weird dynamic now.
I don't know,
where everyone's just pretending it never happened.
It's super weird.
You know, it'd be interesting if they just carried on and like Jane and Spinner broke up for entirely different reasons, and it was just never acknowledged, because I feel like that's actually
semi-realistic.
That's kind of real. Like, I'm sure that happens to people.
I'm sure it doesn't always come to light.
Yeah.
Anyway, then he calls Anya, and they're just hanging out. I'm like, this is weird. And Sav is like, oh, you've like been doing so many things, and I don't know, I kind of miss you or something. And she's like, ha 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 ha. You know, they say that you do all this stuff, and they say it like this is how it works, and boy, does it ever work. And I'm like, okay, so Anya's a sociopath now.
Well, Anya has been a sociopath for a little bit.
That's true.
She's not quite Jane levels, but she's getting there.
And he's like, wait, you were like being busy or acting like you didn't care about me, and you were really busy on purpose to try to get me back? That's crazy. What the fuck are
and
you
she
doing?
Was like, it's just a strategy. I'm like, that does not make it any better. Also, like, why would you admit it? Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, when someone dumps you, you're obviously going to act like you're doing great and you're super busy and you've got so much going on. But it's not, like, necessarily to win them back. It's just because, like, you don't want to look like a sad person.
Yeah.
But instead of being like, yeah, no, I've just been busy, or like, yeah, I guess, you know, instead she's like, haha, like, I've won.
My plan worked.
But like, it's like a fucking movie villain, like saying it out loud as like whoever is tied to the thing, and they're like, this is my entire plan, and the like action guy. I don't know. I don't watch action movies. What's his face? I don't know. Indiana Jones. He's like, you just told me your whole fucking plan, you dummy. Like, that is what just happened.
Yeah. I don't know why she would have admitted it, because it just, like, immediately blew up in her face.
Of course.
She sounds like a crazy person.
Of course. Because she is a crazy person.
I also was not expecting it to go that way. I thought, like, we were maybe going to have a nice, real conversation, which is her being like, yeah, I have to keep busy because I'm very sad. I don't want to look weak.
Too.
And she's like, haha, no, it was my whole plan.
Yeah, I was actually really disappointed in this, because I was like, I want Anya to be, like, okay. But also, like, if you think about it, the way she was with Holly J,